Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're cracking open one of the internet's most satisfying viral trends to figure out the science, the psychology, and of course, the sparkle behind the homemade eggshell geode. So it all really boils down to this one simple question, right? Why is this so satisfying to watch? What is it about this specific reveal that has millions of people just glued to their screens? It's clearly more than just a craft. It's like a perfect little hit of digital satisfaction. And this one phrase from a popular kids video on the topic, it just nails it. Sparkle explosion. That's exactly what it feels like. This isn't some quiet, gentle discovery. No, it's a sudden, glittering burst of treasure that seems to come from absolutely nowhere. Okay, so first things first, let's break down the phenomenon itself. At its absolute core, this is all about the deep satisfaction we get from that crack and reveal. It's like a whole story, a short, super compelling one, all wrapped up in a single, simple action. And the hook? It's basically pure alchemy. I mean, think about it. You're taking something totally mundane, an eggshell, something you'd literally just throw in the trash, and with a little bit of patience, it becomes this spectacular, hidden cave of crystals. It's like actual magic happening right in your kitchen. So how does this kitchen magic even work? Well, the secret is that it's surprisingly simple. And that simplicity is a huge reason this trend just exploded online. It's so accessible. You don't need a fancy lab or anything, just a few common items. Let's take a look at the geode gear. The list is super short. You need your eggshell halves, those are your little caves. Then you need a powder that crystallizes, something like borax or alum. Add some hot water to make the solution, and of course, a few drops of food coloring to get those amazing, vibrant gem colors. And the whole process, it plays out just like a little story. First, you've got your prep, cleaning out the eggshell cave. Then you brew the potion. Act 3 is all about the suspense. You just have to wait and let the magic happen overnight. And then you get the grand finale, the crack, and that incredibly satisfying reveal. But what is actually going on inside that eggshell while you're sleeping? It feels like magic for sure, but it's really a beautiful, simple demonstration of a key scientific principle. The whole thing hinges on this one word, supersaturation. All it means is that by using hot water, you're tricking it. You're forcing it to dissolve and hold way, way more of that borax or alum powder than it could ever hold if it were just at room temperature. So here's an easy way to think about it. A regular saturated solution, it's stable, it's happy. But our hot, supersaturated solution is totally unstable. It's packed with way too much stuff, it's overcrowded. And as that water starts to cool down, it just can't hold it all anymore. It starts kicking out all those extra particles, and they are desperate to find a new home. And where do they go? Well, that's where the eggshell comes in. The inside of an eggshell is actually pretty rough and porous, which makes it the perfect place for these homeless crystals to grab onto. They start clinging to the walls, and as more and more of them get pushed out of that cooling water, they just build on top of each other, growing inward, until you've got this amazing, dense, sparkling crystal cave. Okay, but knowing the science is really only half of it. To really get why this thing went viral, we have to look at the psychology. What is it about watching that final crack that our brains find so satisfying? It's really like a perfect storm of satisfying triggers. First, you've got the suspense, right? The waiting. Then comes that sharp, crisp sound of the crack. That's the auditory payoff. And it's immediately followed by this huge visual shock. You go from a plain, boring shell to this glittering, colorful world inside. It honestly feels like you're uncovering hidden treasure. And the timing is just perfect. This whole little story, the setup, the suspense, the big reveal, it all happens in just one night. It's a fast, guaranteed reward, which is, tailor-made for the world of social media. All right, finally, let's zoom all the way out. Because what makes this little kitchen project so genuinely cool is that it's basically a tiny, time-lapse version of a massive geological process that happens deep inside the Earth. And this comparison really puts it all into perspective. The eggshell, that's your volcanic rock cavity. The borax in water, that's the mineral-rich groundwater seeping through the rock. And the biggest difference, of course, is the time. Your project takes one night. Nature's project, well, that takes millions of years. So yeah, when you crack open that little eggshell, you're not just looking at a fun craft. In a very real way, you're simulating the exact process of time and chemistry that creates the real geodes, the amethysts, the quartz that we find buried all over the world. And that really leaves us with a pretty cool final thought, doesn't it? I mean, if a geological process that takes millions of years can be mimicked overnight in a simple eggshell, what other amazing natural wonders are just waiting for us to discover, right in our own kitchens?